All right, good morning. This is Corey here from Dynamic Corvettes. We're going to go over a little bit of our sanding preparation and some of our fitment for our fiberglass chrome that we have. First thing is you want to make sure that everything is fitted and bolted to the car. So our buckets, our bezels, the headlights, test fit everything. Make sure you have gaps around everything. Make sure the bumpers and everything are put inside. We pre-fit everything, bodywork it to the car, and then go through all of our processes of primering, and then we reblock everything to make sure that any of the inconsistencies or any of the other buildup of primer gets sanded flush to the car and fit for the parts. We usually block with 320-400 grit our urethane primer and finish in 400. That's a good sand scratch to seal with and then continue on with your painting process. Everything is put back to the same way that we had it. We try to mark all of our bolt holes and all of our mounting flanges on where the parts go so we can keep it consistent and make sure that we don't spend extra time refitting things. It just gives us a nice guide to make sure that the parts go back on how they came off and keep that sequence going throughout the whole build. So everything as far as emblems, chrome, bright work, all that stuff is going to get put back on the car. Normally when we do a higher end build like this, we use all brand new parts and make sure that the car is built around those parts. So we're not switching things in and out later. You don't want to fit old trim to a car that you're going to potentially put new things on. So you want to make sure you have those parts and fit them prior to all your primering and after your primering. You just keep refitting just to make sure that everything stays the same and looks good. We went through and made sure all the side of the vehicle, the top side, underside, everything has been sanded and is ready for paint. When it gets time, we'll pull the body off, we'll pull all the panels off, mark everything, bag all of our parts so we have less time trying to find our parts. They go on our parts racks. Literally the whole car gets put back together. We'll put everything that we know is going to go on it just to make sure that everything is going to function properly and fit properly. And then also with some of our electronic products, we have to make sure that everything is still fitting good and working properly. Anything that gets put on a linear actuator, we make sure that it's still fitted and working properly, so by the time it's painted, it's easy to go back in and make sure that the parts and panels that are moving and articulating don't have too much buildup of materials on them. Okay, so here we are on the side of our 62 Corvette. We make sure that all the panels and all the lines of the vehicle are all lined up and shaped properly to the vehicle. The fit of our bumpers, made sure that they're right back to how they were before chroming. So here we have our top molding, fender molding for the 62 cars. As you can see down here on the sides of them, they fit really, really nice to the car. The sides and everything are really, really nice. Also with our bezels around here, the eyebrows and the grill moldings, all of this is our fiberglass that we have chrome plated. But you can, as you can see, everything is just super nice to the car, way better than factory. When this car is done and painted, it's going to look fabulous. Coming around here, this car isn't going to have any door handles on it, so it will have poppers. Here we tape off all the jams, pre-sand everything, make sure everything is sanded before you put the weather strips on. We tape them, and you can use weather strip adhesive, or I've been using hot glue. It's a lot faster and you don't have to wait as long for the weather strip adhesive to dry. And if you make a mistake or need to peel it off, it's just hot glue. It'll come right off and you can put it right back on. We have C8 door latches on this vehicle. So we make little plates that go inside here that'll mount your modern door latch to the factory area of the door jamb. And we also make sure that the doors are rebuilt, the hinges and all of this, so you don't have any slop in the door. It's nice and tight, it doesn't move, and it'll go right back where we set the latches and strikers at. This also has a C7, I believe, gas lid door that'll have a popper on it also, but still has that clicking ability. It's a nice little feature there on that. Coming over here to the back of the vehicle, we make sure we put all of our parts that are fitted to the vehicle back on. Taillights, bumper, license plate, bezel. We haven't decided what we're going to put here yet, since we don't necessarily need a door or a trunk lock on this. It's going to have a popper on it. So this may be an area where you could put a camera, or you can put anything really you want. But we also just make sure that all of our latching systems and everything are working properly and everything fitted. Door gaps and trunk gaps, deck lid gaps, all of that is finalized and perfect in this stage. Our bumpers are tight, nice and tight to the body. Everything is fitted properly. There's a enough distance between it so when paint and all that goes onto the vehicle, it doesn't conflict with what we already have here. We'd have a nice set gap. After this stage, we're gonna pull everything back apart. We'll take the body off and we'll start the painting process on the roller hoop. We'll go from our urethane primer to our sealer. And then this car, the owner has not decided what color black it's gonna be, and whatever one he goes with, we'll do that. And then we'll go into our urethane clear coat. We'll put 3 to 4 coats of clear on. We'll probably sand it inside the booth and then clean it all up, and we'll go in for another flow coat, another 2 to 3 coats of clear, and then that's what we'll use to do our final wet sanded buff on. But that's pretty much just our process on how we do some of these vehicles here. A lot of fitting, a lot of prep work, and a lot of cleanliness. Got to stay clean when you work on cars like these. So, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below.